Hello again. Um, Hello again. Barış, were you able to log in from your phone? Because I mean, this link format is a bit different. You have a passcode that starts with 97, and you can use this code to join from your phone.
My phone's not charged yet.
Ah, okay. This sounded like an excuse, but okay. um, like we'll be able to see you in this semester.
Probably.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's sounding more mysterious each week, you know. Okay.
There isn't really much mystery to it. You're just being obsessive.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, just imagine that you're in a class. Will you wear a mask or something like this? If you, I mean, it will be really funny if you said
I
yes.
mean, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's just my rooms look too big and it's just too hard to, tidy things up. So
Yeah, but
just
you can.
there's a lot of books flying around. Okay.
Yeah, but you can put a background, you know. You can show yourself in
Sure, I'll try that.
yeah,
I'll try it.
North Pole. I mean, there are awesome stuff available in Zoom. Yeah, it would be really funny actually if you choose a good background. Whatever. Let's go back to share screen. Um, okay. You can see, right? Okay, and Işık, you were talking about Lua, I guess. Can you give some information? I don't know about Lua.
I mean, it mainly works on programs that use add-ons or external scripting like workshops or community created content
Mhm.
because it's easy to grasp and to use in other game engines.
Are you using it?
It's not a main language.
Mhm. Are you using it in Roblox?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I mean, how much time did it take for you to learn Lua?
Uh, there's as with every code language, there's actually learning and mastering it. I just learned
Yeah,
it, didn't master it, so
yeah.
it took like I don't know 2 hours.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
watched Indian people on YouTube.
yeah. I was going to comment on that. That's why I asked. I mean, in C# also you can learn the basic grammar, basic syntax of the of of the language in 1 or 2 hours, and if you want, I mean, I will just send you a link for that. It's a really like short summary of the language syntax, but to master it you need to know a bit about the tools available in this language, you know, the libraries, etc. So it will take more time for sure. And yeah, we talked about scripting languages. I mean, this guy probably uses scripting language to take some art and convert it to something else in a short period of time. Maybe he may use it to change the formats of some assets. Maybe he may use them to change something small in the assets. Yeah, uh, that's enough for scripting languages. And he needs to I mean, this slide says he needs to be a pipeline nerd. I mean, he needs to be good at basically talking and communicating with other people. Yeah, this is all I wanted to say. Any questions? I mean, if I knew any technical artists, I mean, there's not any in my team, so I would definitely say this is a hard role to fill, and I believe you should consider being a tech artist. Um, I suggest you to check the jobs available in your preferred city, and if you find the opportunity and if you like the role, if you think you can be good in this role, just you may try. Okay, and network engineers are really sought for, really in short supply, and we have a network engineer in our team. I mean, uh, actually, he's the lead engineer in our team, and he knows more than everyone else about multiplayer backends of our games. And before him, even a more experienced developer taught him, and he's not with us anymore. So he is the only one that knows. He's great at teaching. I mean, he was a graduate from, uh, you know, computer. What was it? Bote. What was it in English? I don't know. He was graduated to become a computer lecturer, but he's working as an engineer. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure that this role is really hard to fill. And uh, as a software engineer, I can say that uh, I need to learn like a lot of things to be a network engineer, because you need to be good with a lot of technologies. You need to be good with client server architecture. We will discuss probably in the last lecture. You need to be good at using cloud. Cloud services basically means that you are sending information not to a fixed place, but into a diverse and distributed memory areas, so that you are secure, uh, not losing your data. Uh, and in multiplayer services, this is important because basically you are keeping the amount of gems or coins that each user has. And other than that, of course, you need to be good at designing databases, because some database designs work better in real time games, such as race games, multiplayer racing games. And sometimes you won't need that much of a hustle, and you can be good with a simpler database approach if your game is turn based. So this guy needs to be aware of that and needs to evaluate ins and outs of each approach. And other than that, he needs to be good in networking technologies and protocols. In our game, we will use a popular network technology created for Unity called Photon Unity Network. Uh, I mean, in our game, by I mean in Minus. Um, so we will learn things about that, and he needs to be good with online services. By online services, um, we mean services that control the the data. Uh, after you deploy your game, you will need to monitor bugs, etc. And there are online services. For instance, one of them is called Crashlytics, and one of them is called Firebase Console. And in this console, you can monitor your bugs, etc. So you need to be good with those. And these are, I mean, if your game will be single player and you're planning it to be a single player game, you won't need a network engineer. But if you are considering your game to be a multiplayer game, even in the future, then you should first talk with a network engineer so that he can consult you, and you can design your design your game accordingly. Yeah, and he needs to be updated with new technologies, and he basically multiplies your income because I mean, I remember cases where there's a bug in a server. I mean, in Minets, in for our older games, uh, we don't use cloud servers. We use local servers, and if there's a problem with a machine, then this guy needs to handle that. And if he cannot handle this bug in a short amount of time, then he's making. I mean, company is losing money in a quick speed. Yeah. I mean, that's all I wanted to say. Let's go further. If you don't have questions, of course. Okay, let's go further. We talked about this as well, but this is a more detailed slide. I mean, it says this role is the like second rarest or something like that. I'm not in agreement with that because in Turkey we have a lot of hyper casual games, and because of that, we have as a country we have I believe a lot of user acquisition experts. um, like I said, this role needs to be good with analytics and data mining. And one other thing is, um, this role needs to sense trends, and this role needs to exploit those trends and anomalies. Sometimes this role may see uh, some pattern, like people have been logging to our game during the breaks, during the lunch breaks. Okay, as I recall, do you know the game Hadi? It's a information game that
Yes.
was presented by Müge Boz. Uh, I mean, this game is really successful, uh, both in design and execution. I mean, they uh, really analyzed um, the trends of the target audience, and they aired their contest on the lunch, like during the lunch break. And I remember when I'm working in Yapı Kredi, all the people were playing the game, um, uh, and they are basically um, like contesting against other popular information knowledge based contests, such as Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And I mean, Hadi basically uh, had an advantage over them because Hadi was aired in a better time, like there was no competition. I mean, Hadi, if you like, you either played Hadi or you do like you eat lunch basically. There is not a competition. But if your contest is aired in the prime time, then you are contesting with other television programs. So this was a good design approach. A problem with Hadi is I mean, they couldn't monetize it very well, and their monetization was a little off, and their monetization was based on like big companies. Uh, but if those big companies couldn't hold their promises, then they I mean, they lost. They couldn't earn money, and they continued giving money to participants. Yeah. This is a trend, and this is an anomaly. Another anomaly could be Corona. Because of Corona, uh, I mean, 101 OK, the game I worked on previously, was played more often than usual. And after the team realized this anomaly, they wanted to hire a new developer that could work with 101 OK, and I was the developer that they selected, they hired. So yeah, I mean, this is an important thing. We Yeah, I mean, a user acquisition expert should sense those trends. And yeah, uh, this job basically can double your income, your game's income. So this is the multiplier factor in your money formula. So this is a really important role. Yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead. Um, if not, I will talk a little bit about this money formula. Um, and this role is um, really important, especially in mobile games, because mobile games, you are basically in like, most mobile games are hyper casual these days, and because of that, you really need to work on getting new users. Um, yeah, and I want to talk. By the way, are you a bit tired, or do you want a break or not?
I'm
Okay.
just hungry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Are you guys tired?
Okay, let's go. I guess not. Um, uh, Let me just move this. Oops. Yeah. After we talked about roles, by the way, it's the first time you talked about roles, right? Because I went into the really details of each role, but I mean, I'm not sure if it's a repetition for you. If it is, then I will probably cut this shorter next time I talk about this. I mean, how do you feel about the length we discussed this? This is
I
basically
think
like a
it was
career advice for you, as I think. So, someone said something I couldn't hear.
it was good, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. And we will talk a little about industry in Turkey and industry in general. This should give you a good footing for future projections about the industry. Yeah, we talked about roles, and this is a funny and short example that describes each role. A game designer is having a hard time to tell other people about what she is doing. And her name is Liz. And at the end, she decides to write this article and send it to people when they're asking her about different roles, you know. Um, First of all, I want to actually show you more. Um, let's okay. Let's just turn this into a group exercise again. Let's assume that you are creating a game, and I mean there will be doors in your game. Okay, you know those. I mean, just CEO told you that he loves doors, and he has an art team that creates different um, assets of doors. Okay, so you have an infinite number of door assets, basically, practically. Okay, and uh, you know that your game will have doors in it, and now you are trying to come up with a game idea. Which questions you should ask yourself and to your team when you are designing a game and when you are designing the doors of your game, you know. Imagine that any door you designed will, yeah, I mean, can be created inside the game. So what are the questions you want to ask? It's harder when you ask it like this, but just be brave. Just, I mean, it's an open-ended question. I know. I mean, you don't you don't need to find answers. You need to ask the right questions. You know.
What's the limit for the meaning of doors?
What's the limits for the meaning of those? So
Yeah, yeah, I mean, what
you,
fits the description and what doesn't?
yeah, okay. Um, nice point. This could be a good question. Um, and you ask to your CEO, and he says, let's keep it physical and not um, in our minds. You know, sometimes a door means an opportunity, but in literal terms, a door is something you open or close, and you use it to go from one place to another.
I couldn't really understand what should we do.
Okay.
We need to come up with ideas with doors, or what we
You,
need to
as a
do.
designer, what questions would you consider? What questions would you ask to you yourself and your CEO? Let me give some examples before. Yeah. Um, so your, I mean, this is your premise. You are making a game, and you start to ask questions like, are there doors in your game? Can the player open them? Can the player open every door in the game? Maybe some doors might be opened by the villains, you know. Um, I mean, a monster just comes out of the door, breaking the door, etc. How does the player know the difference? This is a good design question to ask. Um, if because you need to communicate effectively with your player. Are doors you can open green and ones you can't red? So is there a green, red, I don't know, clue about the doors? Because if you are deciding on that, you need to also consider colorblind people, you know. Have you ever considered that when you are designing games? If not, you should. Is there trash piled up in front of doors you cannot use? Um, Sometimes there are some cosmetic assets near the door. So it will look nicer. Did you just remove the doorknobs and call it a day? Maybe your assets look strange, you know. Can doors be locked and unlocked, etc., etc.? Now we can maybe um, start to imagine some possible questions, you know. For instance, imagine all the doors you have seen in your games, and you are trying to pick a concept from one of those games, or you may also create a new concept by mixing two of the door approaches, you know. Um, for instance, have you played Super? No, what was it? Yeah, have you played Super Mario? What was
Yeah.
the door?
Which one?
Like the basic platformer Mario.
Super Mario 64?
I don't know. Like the one you jump and you jump onto monsters.
Green tubes.
Okay. So green tubes,
The
right?
Castle Gate.
Sorry, what gates?
Castle Gates.
Yeah, castle gates. Yeah, and green tubes was used as doors. Why do you think this door concept was used, for instance? Will you use a similar door concept in your game? If yes, why? If no,
Yeah,
why?
I think it's kind of a risk and reward thing, because also from these tubes there are some enemies coming up.
Mhm.
So maybe they wanted to reward the players who takes a risk like that.
Mm.
But I think I wouldn't use something like that in my game,
Why is that?
because it's kind of confusing. And since it's the like early days of the gaming,
Mhm.
let's say the first Super Mario. So since you have like so few lives, I actually don't want to waste them,
Mhm.
because every times you die, like 3 times you die, and you have to start all over again. So it's a bit, I think, harsh thing, but it's how it used to be with the old
Yeah,
game.
yesterday I watched a video talking about what you just said. In recent games, live system is basically changing because some players get bored of starting from scratch, and you know, there are more checkpoints in platformers, etc. in those days. But it
But
is also said that the live system creates a nice tension and excitement. Yeah, Ishik, go ahead.
that's where the skill comes in, no? Like there's a lot of speedruns records. Like there's an entire community dedicated to it. Like wasting no lives, completing the game in the shortest time possible. Like it,
Yeah, it's,
after
I
a
mean,
point, the game gets meta, and how you're supposed to play it changes with time.
yeah, actually, spawn system is not like changing factor for speedruns, because speedrun basically means that you don't die in anywhere possible. I mean, you don't use time, you don't lose time in any way possible. So, I mean, even in even in a game with a lot of checkpoints, you can do speed runs. But I feel you when you are considering challenges. Yeah, this life system has some benefits as well, but this is a trend. You know, life system is becoming less common these days, and when I see a game with a life system, I feel like uh, I even before I watched this video, I felt like this game is retro, you know, because I'm not used to seeing life system in newer games. Yeah. Okay, but let's go back to the topic. So we were talking about doors, and uh, like Barış said, Barış, you talked, right? I mean, you said
Yeah.
it's a good idea to like introduce risk and reward, but I believe this enemy that came out of pipe is designed after the door. Probably it is. So, but maybe this is a nice approach. But I believe the doors in Mario are like that because Mario uses a jump mechanic. So he needs to, like, the game needs to use jump mechanic in the gates. Probably they use pipes because of that. And I believe Mario was a piper. It called piper? I mean, he was a
Plunger.
yeah,
Plumber, I think.
yeah, plumber. Yeah. So I mean, it goes in hands with storytelling as well. Um, yeah, let's go. I mean, if you have any other good questions to ask,
What about secret doors?
yeah, will there be secret doors, right?
Yeah, I think these secret doors are so exciting to find in a game.
Mhm.
So it makes game more exciting and mysterious.
Yeah, exactly. I remember playing Need for Speed in my PSP, and like after I find the secret ways when racing, because it was a single player game. Um, I mean, the game I played was single player, and when I find the gates, secret gates, I really was excited. So this is a good thing to consider. What else?
Maybe some trap doors which look like the doors when you get like rewards, but it's a bit different than so you have to be like really pay attention to detail in there, so you don't get punished by that.
Yeah, great. And it's a great practice to break your players' habits from time to time, because if you should consider what is called player vision. So after some time of playing, if all the games are um used as gates and none of the doors are dangerous, then your player will not even see the door. He will just go past the door. So you should break this player behavior from time to time.
And we need to warn the player before the trapdoors, I think. And it can be a question how do we warn the player
Yeah,
before it's entering
yeah.
the trapdoors? Because it can be really frustrating thing
I
if
mean,
there's no
even
signs.
even this is a question, by the way. Sometimes some doors don't warn the player. It's just randomized, chance. Sometimes a monster pops out, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes warn like a door warns player, and sometimes door shows the reward. I mean, I remember playing uh, a game about Avatar Korra. It was a horrible game, by the way. Actually, maybe I should let you play that game, since it's a great design failure. I mean, uh, I remember. I mean, I pirated the game to try. Uh, like it was a horrible experience, but um, still I had to play it because of the last level. I knew that last level was really funny, and the game was awful, by the way. But it's a great design failure. So I mean, perhaps I will talk about that. But a good thing in this game, you know Avatar anime, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like a good thing this game had was, I think, showing the way behind the door, and then you realize that I should open this door. Do you remember GTA Vice City? There was an island, and a iron door was blocking the way.
I mean, I remember bypassing the bridge by just going in the water.
Uh, I mean, it was kind of a bug, I guess, but the original design was. Let me. Original design was this. This door was will not open until you finish a certain mission. You know. No, it wasn't that. But oh, I couldn't find. But okay, it looks something like this basically. Um, let me just move this out of the way. Yeah, it looks something like this. Not exactly that, but you basically saw there's a new world behind, and you were excited to play and unlock this path, or you search for a cheat to unlock this part of the map. So they're both. I mean, they're both. The game is offering you two ways, and there's even a third way of using the bugs and exploits, so that you can go into the other side of the map. Yeah, this is another design. Another design question can be, what tells a player a door is locked or unlocked, you know? Does a player know how to unlock a door? I remember a design strategy that's like that decides between, you know, showing the door and then making player find the key, you know, so that you are introducing a goal, and after that you are showing showing the key, and because of that, um, after finding the key, player walks back, and now he's all excited and all. So this is a good design approach if your game is enabling that. Yeah, we will give a break of 15 minutes, and after that we will be here again. You can read those questions, and you can also think about other questions to add before our meeting, you know. Any questions for now? Okay, see you later then.